Have you ever opened your fridge, locked eyes with a bag of spinach, and thought, nope, not today? I definitely have. Welcome to the very first Hungry AF podcast of 2026. I'm Jen Fast, freshly 52 years old, feeling audacious, and officially launching a whole new line of resources designed to make healthy-ish eating actually doable, even if you're busy, overwhelmed, or just plain over it. If you're new here, Hungry AF is where we tackle the real-life science, systems, and stories behind eating well, minus the perfectionism, plus a little attitude. A few years ago, I was standing in my kitchen, staring at a fridge full of food and feeling totally overwhelmed. I had just come home from a long day at work, my family was hungry, and all I could think was, why does dinner feel like the hardest part of my day? That night, I realized it wasn't about the food. It was about the constant decisions, the pressure to make the right choice, and the guilt when I didn't. Hungry AF was born out of that chaos, out of my own need for a system that worked for real life, not just Instagram. Now, let's have some straight talk about protein. If you've ever wondered why your partner can fast until noon and still crush a workout while you're ready to gnaw your own arm off by 10 a.m., welcome to the club. Here's what I wish I'd known at 42. First, women's bodies are just different. I used to beat myself up for not surviving fasted morning workouts or for failing at whatever the latest gym bro was touting. But after meeting with a dietitian, I learned the game changer for perimenopausal women. At least 20 grams of protein within an hour of waking. My morning ritual is now protein coffee, aka Proffee. Let me set the scene. It's 6:30 a.m., the house is quiet, and I'm standing in the kitchen with my favorite mug. I mix up my protein coffee, sometimes I even froth it, because why not make it feel like a treat? That first sip is my way of signaling to myself, today, I'm taking care of me first. And honestly, that tiny ritual has made me more consistent than any willpower hack ever did. If you're struggling to build a habit, try tying it to something you already love. For me, it was coffee. For you, it might be tea, a morning walk, or even blasting your favorite song as you cook breakfast. Now let's bust the myth that one-size-fits-all wellness advice works. If you're following the advice of a 25-year-old gym bro and wondering why you're not getting the same results, it's not you. It's biology. Learn from people who get your lived experience. I've done the research, talked to the experts, and if you try just one thing this week, let it be this. Get 20 grams of protein within an hour of waking. Do it for a week, then notice how your energy and appetite shift before lunch. Now, let's talk about the real family table, where healthy is a 4-letter word. My teenage daughter is a carb and fat connoisseur with a sixth sense for anything green. She'll eat around spinach in my lighter chicken Alfredo, but she loves red bell peppers and cooked onions, so those are my base for many recipes. But the real fun is waiting until after she's polished off her plate to reveal that surprise. Her meal was secretly healthy. She acts offended, but I know she's impressed. My mom hacks are hide the veggies, swap in lower fat dairy, use higher protein or whole grain carbs, and, here's the kicker, don't announce it. No lectures, no, this is good for you speeches. Enjoy your victories in private and let the flavor do the talking. My advice to fellow parents tired of food fights? Sneak in the good stuff, keep it moving, and remember, what they don't know just might help them in the long run. Let's be honest, consistency isn't about willpower. It's about having a plan for when 5 p.m. hits and you're already done. My secret is emergency meals. We actually plan for them on busy days. My top 3. Rotisserie chicken plus salad kit. Zero shame, zero prep. Our favorite pasta sauce from a jar plus lean ground beef plus high protein pasta. Breakfast for dinner, burritos or omelets, always a win. Let me walk you through a real scenario. It's 5:45 p.m. Everyone's hangry, you're still in your work clothes, and the dog is barking at the door. You open the fridge, no plan, no energy. That's when the emergency meal comes in. Ask your partner to stop at the store on their way home for a rotisserie chicken and salad kit. Done in 5 minutes. Set everything out family style and eat picnic style in the living room, laughing at how it feels to skip the table. No one complains, everyone is fed, and you didn't lose your mind. That's the magic of having a backup plan. This is your permission slip. Shortcuts aren't cheating, they're strategy. Small wins count. And yes, breakfast for dinner is a legitimate dinner. There's no gold star for making things harder than they need to be. Turning 52 made me reflect on what I want this next decade to look like. In my 40s, I was all about survival, juggling work, family, and my own health. But now, I want to be audacious. I want to try things that scare me, to say yes to opportunities, and to show my daughter that it's never too late to reinvent yourself. That's why I'm asking you, what are you claiming in your next decade? For me, it's about stepping into new roles, launching new projects, and making my health a non-negotiable. I'd love to hear your answer. Leave a comment or just say it out loud to yourself. Let's inspire each other to go after what we want, no matter what the calendar says. And here's a little behind the scenes. Launching the Hungry AF Recipe Playbook's new product line this month has been exhilarating and, honestly, a little terrifying. Can I be real with you for a second? The night before launching the Hungry AF Recipe Playbooks, I barely slept. I kept thinking, what if no one buys? What if there's a typo on the sales page? What if my email goes to spam? But I launched anyway. And you know what? The sales page had a typo. My first email did go to spam for some people, and I still got messages from readers saying how much the new recipes helped them. It's never perfect, but it's always worth it if it helps just one person feel less overwhelmed. Perfection is impossible. Launch it before you're ready, learn as you go, and make the next version better. Every recipe in these playbooks is developed by registered dietitians and nutritionists, then tested in my own kitchen by my family. Because if it doesn't work for real life, it doesn't make the cut. If you're ready to make eating healthy easier in this new year, whether your goal is more energy, less stress, or just not dreading dinner, check out the Hungry AF Recipe Playbooks. The members table is still just $5 a month for founding members. That's our exclusive Hungry AF community with discussion boards, Q&A, and you get access to every recipe playbook, past, present, and future. And for the planners among you, the February recipe playbook drops soon, featuring superfood oatmeal protein cookies, broccoli mac and cheese, and protein-boosted mashed potatoes. Use code FEB26 during launch week for a special deal. I promise these are recipes you'll actually want to eat. Last week, I got a message from a listener who said she finally tried the breakfast for dinner strategy on a night she was exhausted, and her whole family loved it. She said it was the first time in months she didn't feel guilty about not making a proper meal. That's what this is about, progress, not perfection. If you have a win, a struggle, or just a funny dinner story, send it my way. I might just share it on a future episode. Thanks for spending this first episode of 2026 with me. Remember, systems beat willpower, progress always trumps perfection, and comfort food can absolutely love you back. If this resonated, share it with a friend, leave a 5-star review, or just let me know what you're claiming in your next decade. Here's to an audacious year ahead. Until next time, keep it hungry AF.